In this video, I will be showing you how to PvP in Minecraft 1.16 axe and bow duels. And yeah, let's get started. So the first thing you guys need to know is your settings. You want to be able to hotkey to your axe slot and your crossbow slot. So for me, it's 1 caps lock and 3 very easily. Your mouse settings also has to be decently low so you can aim. And your FOV should be higher than 70, but probably not Quake Pro. It's a bit hard to aim. And yeah, everything else should be regular. Okay, so the first thing you need to know how to use is the axe, this thing. It has 9 attack damage, so the most attack damage out of any of your weapons, and 1 attack speed. You basically use it just to disable other guys' shields, or to hit the other guy. A crit does almost twice as much damage as a regular hit for the axe, because the way armor protects is the more damage you do, the less it protects you from. Therefore, it does almost twice as much damage. So you want to get as much of these crits as possible. It also breaks shields. You have to be sprinting and you have to spam click. I'll talk about more efficient ways to break shields later and how not to get hit while breaking them. The next thing you need to learn how to use is your shield, this one. It can block every attack from the front, so you have to be wary of being hit from the back. It can be disabled with 1 hit from an axe, but it blocks all other attacks in the kit. It can block a full creeper explosion. And yeah, it's like the most OP thing ever. If you use a sword, if you have only a shield and the other guy has only a sword, you could probably win if you play smart. You can get hit from behind with the shield though. It's kind of annoying. That's called backstabbing. That will be in a later video, probably. And that's how you get backstabbed. Okay, the next weapon you need to learn how to use, this is like the last important one, is the crossbow. It takes 3 seconds to load. You have to hold right click on the crossbow, and you can unleash it at any time by just tapping right click again like a bow. Kind of. As you can see, you can release it really quickly. It does take some getting used to, and it's also very helpful for breaking other guys' shields. However, you do want to make sure not to load it when your enemy is too close, or else it will result in you getting hit. Okay, now putting it all together. There are a few things you really need to know how to do in order to win. First one is how to break a shield without getting hit. It usually involves a combination of breaking their shield with an axe. Well, you have to do that first, and then you spam click a little bit, or use your crossbow. Or both, like that. Also, sometimes you can strafe while doing this. And it's really annoying getting that on. The other way is just to spam click really fast, and well, you don't have to do that fast. That 5 CPS should do it. And yeah. And yeah, it'll basically hit them and then hit them back a little bit. If you have the lower ground and your opponent's up on the higher ground with a shield, you want to wait till they're just barely in your reach and then break your shield, and they will generally not be able to hit you, because of how math works. Another thing you need to know how to do, this is like the basis of 1.16 axe and shield PvP, is how to exchange hits and not lose a bunch. This is mostly from practice. It's when both your shields are broken and you just exchange hits. And also, if your shield comes out in the middle of it, you can use that to get a free hit. You also want to make sure you land every hit that your opponent lands at least, and most of them should be crits because they do the most damage. And lastly, the bow and sword. The bow is a lot easier to use than the sword. It's basically like a little cheap projectile you can just launch because it doesn't have. You can like basically shoot it whenever. And the sword, I don't know how to use that. It's hard. I mean, I guess I technically know how to use it. I'm just really bad at it. You want to use it when your opponent's shield is broken to combo them. Though, a sword hit is literally half as much as an axe crit. So if you're doing 2 sword hits per crit, you're probably gonna lose, because crits are generally easier to get than combos. However, a sword will not break a shield, it won't even touch it. So you can't, that's why you need to use it while your opponent's shield is up. For a bow, you just little bow spams. And yeah, I hope you learned something from this. If you want to see a more advanced tutorial, like and subscribe.